Jó reggelt kívánok. Hogy vagy? Jó? No bathrobe today. I'm just I was up probably about a 4:30 and out of bed at oh, I don't know, 5 or something like that. But anyway, I it didn't take long after waking up for me to get to work. I'm doing all the prep work for my painting, and there's something to be said about about painting or something along those lines. It's a lot of repetition and attention to detail, and it just gives you the opportunity to think. It's just it's just one of those things that you do, where it just gives you the opportunity to think. And oftentimes when I am doing something like that, without even thinking, I, I will put something on in the background that I'll listen to. Oftentimes it might be Fox News, or various talk show. Sometimes I'll put on music and go about my task at hand. Hmm. But but anyway, today I did something a little bit different. And as I've been working for the last hour, I've kind of been thinking about the uh, the topic yesterday, or some of the comments from yesterday, insofar as various discussion on my YouTube channel. And some people were rather supportive of me talking about politics and what have you. And I got to tell you, you're never going to win when you start talking about politics or religion or anything else along those lines. People are so divided. People are so set in their ways that it's almost pointless. It's almost pointless. And it's not to say, mind you, it's not to say that discussion and debate is not a good thing, because it is. Discussion and debate is a wonderful thing. And I think there should be no shortage of opportunity for that type of topical discussion. But is that what I want? Because you see, I almost said, I'm trying, Phil. Is that what I want? Is that what I want on my channel? Do I want my channel to be something, that is divisive, that is provocative, that is, I to be quite honest with you, I really don't. I, I really don't. And sometimes I let life situations get the better of me, and I'm no different than anybody else in that regard. And I might go down that path of talking about politics and what have you. But ultimately, that's not my goal or desire of doing morning thought videos. Not that I have any one particular, to be quite honest with you, I don't really have a particular goal or motivation for doing morning videos. But other than I like doing them. But as I went about my morning today, I was a little bit hard pressed. Sometimes I wake up and I may not be in the mood, or not anything in particular is on my mind or interest, and then I go about doing my day, and something ultimately inspires me. And today being Sunday morning, normally I would wake up and I would put on a radio station out of Cleveland or out of Omaha. I listen to WTAM out of Cleveland, or KFAB out of Omaha. Both of them, I think, are 1100. And it's so easy to listen to these stations, the way the world has evolved, it's just amazing. I can just like that communicate with somebody on the other side of the world or listen to something that I want to listen to at will. And Sunday mornings, when you turn on the radio stations that I'm normally accustomed to, where they're talking about the news or current topics or what have you, Sunday mornings they put all that on the shelf and they allocate the airwaves to selling vitamins. Saturday morning. Saturday mornings, it's talk about financing. Saturday mornings is talk usually about financing, do-it-yourself home repair, or cars. Sunday mornings, it's usually God, vitamins, what else? Stuff to take away joint pain, that type of stuff. They're kind of like infomercials, if you will, and they make them sound like talk shows, but they're peddling, supplements or what have you. And I was actually on a talk show yesterday. Tom from Fort Myers. Hi, how are you doing? Good morning, Gary. Boy, you could really help me out with something here. Got a problem. And I went on to tell him about a problem that I'm having with a situation in one of my bathrooms. But anyway, Sunday mornings are a whole nother bird. And this morning, I went about my preparation. I went about my preparation for painting, and without even thinking, I just flipped on the radio, and it happened to be a talk show out of Omaha on extraterrestrial. That's the overnight stuff. When I used to sit in the garden late into the night, when I used to sit out in the garden with my stogie and my glass of wine late into the night, that's what I would usually listen to. I'd listen to these talk shows about extraterrestrials and stuff. And so sometimes on Sunday mornings or whatever, if I wake up really early and I tune into Omaha, which is an hour or two behind me, I'll catch the extraterrestrial talk show. And that's what I did this morning. And I thought to myself, what am I doing? Why am I listening to this? After about 20 minutes, I thought to myself, why am I listening to this? And I thought, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to go on Audible. Audible by Amazon. Audible, Audible or something. I'm going to go on Audible. And in doing so, I am going to just search for a book. And I started looking through the books. I wanted to listen to some Hemingway. I wanted to listen to a nice story, like The Old Man and the Sea or something like that, Hemingway. And interestingly enough, I couldn't find that on Audible. But one of the books that caught my attention, it was called Outliers, Outliers or something, Outliers, and by Malcolm Caldwell. Outliers by Malcolm Caldwell. And it had something like 4,000 reviews and like a 4.5 rating or something like that. And I thought, boy, this might be good. And I read the little summary, and it was a story about successful people. It's a story. It's stories rather about greatness, successful people. And I'm always into listening to stuff like that. I'm always interested in hearing stuff like that. So I downloaded the book and I started listening to it. And I'm only a chapter into it, and it doesn't take more than half a chapter into the book to tell you that it's something that I would recommend for those of you that like books on tape. And two of the takeaways so far from listening to this book was, for those of you out there that are hockey fans, go in and look at the birthdays of hockey players, NHL NHL players or whatever it is. And the interesting thing about that is that most of them are born like January, February, or March. And there's a lot of discussion about that consideration. And that carries over to some other sports also. I'm not going to go into the specifics as to why that is, that most of them are born in January, February, or March. But but in short, it has something to do with the cutoff period and something along those lines. But anyway, the thing the thing that caught my attention as he was talking was the magic number of greatness. The magic number of greatness. And I've heard this before, somewhere way back. The magic number of greatness, it takes statistically about 10,000 hours of time, 10,000 hours of time to become great at something. 10,000 hours. And they went on to elaborate about that 10,000 hours of time. And I think he broke it down to something to the effect of three days a week, 3 days a week or something like that when you're applying yourself and learning to something. And I think that there's a lot of truth to that. I think that there's a lot of truth to that applying oneself, the 10,000 hour rule. I can't argue with it. Now I'm not saying that I'm anything. I'm very, very far from. Maybe I'm at. I don't know. Maybe I'll have to add it all up. Maybe I'm at about 8,322 hours right now, or something like that. Maybe I'm just shy of the 10,000 mark, but I'm working toward that. I'm working in that direction. And it was interestingly enough that he even elaborated on Mozart, because there's those that would try to take exception to that rule and say, yeah, well, what about somebody like Mozart? And he went on to say that Mozart really, that the stuff that he was doing at a very early age wasn't necessarily considered great, so to speak. And a lot of the stuff in his early years was written, in great part by his father. And it wasn't until he was about 21 or 22 or something that he truly achieved greatness. So it's just kind of an interesting thing. I think that the thing that really stymies a lot of people is that, and it goes back to what my dad used to always say, how is your confidence level? And the thing that really, I think, makes a lot of people fall short is they don't have the self-confidence, they don't have the work ethic, they don't have they just don't have the patience to invest that amount of time. And I think that's really in great part what distinguishes the outliers in life. If you look at Alexa, what is an outlier?
The noun outlier is usually defined as something that lies outside the main body or group that it is a part of, as a cow far from the rest of the herd, or a distant island belonging to a cluster of islands.
I'm still trying to figure this out because I've got Alexa now on my home system out there, and I have Alexa here in the kitchen, and I don't know, they're battling between each other when I ask a question. So I don't know if you heard that or not, but look up the definition of outlier, outlier, I think, outlier, and it's quite interesting. But anyway, so to go back, to go back to my earlier discussion, my channel and my topics, oftentimes I say I talk about what's on my mind. I just talk about whatever whatever is on my mind, that's what I'm going to talk about. And today it is today it is the magic number of greatness. That's the topic of the day. So on a side note, Mark, yesterday there's forgive me, but for forgetting the name, but somebody out there has been quite assertive or diligent in asking if I've seen the movie Nebraska. And I own the movie, and I've seen the movie 2 or 3 times, watched the movie with my dad once, and it's a delightful movie. It really is a delightful movie. It's a very, very touching movie. And Mark, I've got the movie. If you want me to send it up to you, on loaner. I'm going to have to give you we'll have to make a library card. Okay, so you'll have a library card, and you can check out my Blu-ray copy of Nebraska, and I'll send it up there to you in in Michigan. You just have to send me an email to Tom, Tom at TMH, like I tell everyone, Tango Moto Hoto. Send an email to Tom at tmhdesign.com, and just give me your address. And if I think of it and I pull it out of the box, I'll send it up to you with the understanding and promise that you'll send it back to me. It's a delightful movie. It really, really is a delightful movie about a gentleman getting older and thinking that he won the lottery in Nebraska or something like that. I don't remember the full story, but anyway, so that's about it for the day. Time to get on with my day. I'm hoping to knock out these 3 rooms today, and my home office and my two bedrooms. And I'm hoping to get those knocked out, and we will see. I don't know if I'll be able to do the question of the day. Let me see if I can do this. Alexa, what's the question of the day?
Good morning. Here is today's question of the day. The topic is general knowledge. It is worth 8 points. In the Roman numerical system, which number does LCD represent? You can answer 350. 510, 540, or 1950.
What is 1950?
Excellent try, but the number 1950 is represented by the letters MCM. The correct answer was 350. In the Roman numerical system, the letter CD represent...
How the hell am I supposed to know that? I didn't pay attention in 4th grade. Was that 4th grade that you learned Roman numerals? I don't know. Maybe it was 7th grade or something like that. But anyway, all right, everybody, have a great day today. Okay, take good care. Bye bye.